Recent changes in Arkansas deer hunting law have given us something to talk about today. Welcome to the Hideout today. I appreciate you joining me. Please click subscribe. I appreciate every one of you. Click the ringy dingy, get your notification. Please click like. I will read absolutely every comment. I'm sorry I cannot respond to every one of them, but I'll do my best. So today we're going to talk about something, the new changes here in Arkansas that's led to something else, in particular some guns. But Arkansas, unlike some other states, we deer hunt like everybody else does. You guys make that assumption. However, just recently Arkansas passed a law where we can use the straight wall cartridges during muzzleload season. Other states, require it. We are permitting it now. We use the, bottleneck 30-06s, 243s, whatever, 30-30s. But now we've got straight wall, 350 Legend, 360 hammers, 45-70, 45 Magnum, list goes on, straight wall cartridges. Deer in the Arkansas muzzleloading season, we're going to allow these, whereas before we could only shoot muzzleloaders. Because of this, I see more and more straight wall cartridge rifles available in the store. So we're going to talk about one today. So one of these we're talking about today is the CVA Scout. Now let me tell you just a little bit about this background. So for decades and decades, CVA has produced muzzleloaders. A couple years ago, they come out with the CVA Cascade. Now they've come out with some single shot rifles and some other rifles so they can get into the straight wall cartridge. So they've muzzleloader, bolt action, straight wall. So CVA is coming along. That CVA Cascade's a tack driver, and why? Because it has a Bergara barrel on it. Now I didn't know this until recently, but the company, I believe it's called BP Outdoors. You can fact check me there, I may be wrong. They own Bergara barrels, CVA, and some other stuff, so they'll put the Bergara barrels on all the rifles. And today we're going to talk about a CVA Scout, and the reason is this one in particular, I picked it up for a little bit of nothing actually. So I would have a single shot rifle that I could use in muzzleload. Now this is to take a look at it. This was in calibered in 45-70. Now I want to tell you just a little bit about some things that I like and some things that I don't like, but in the end I think they're going to kind of balance out. It's got a nice looking barrel on it. This thing is ribbed, it's stainless, it's a nice looking, this thing weighs 8 pounds unloaded, a little bit more with the freaking scope. I'm not putting it on scales. It's a decent looking rifle. It's got like a 22 and a half inch barrel on it, but by the time you add this big break out there, we got 25 inches. That big break's gonna take some of that recoil down from that big 45-70 bullet, and it's gonna be louder than shit, but it is what it is. Now, it comes with a rail on it. No sights, but a rail. Why did it do that? I don't know. Maybe it's cheaper to put a rail on it than it is put sights, but this is built for a scope. Now, I'm sitting here thinking about this and thinking about a 45-70 is not a 400 yard rifle, so I should have been able to shoot this one with open sights, but then somebody wouldn't be able to sell you a scope. Stock plastic material like a Glock. It does have a rubber butt pad on it. It's textured here, but it's not rubber. It's just boogered up plastic. Nothing there, kind of a pistol grip on it. It has a sling molded into the plastic here. This is nothing new. Ruger did that for a long time on one of their rifles. A lot of rifles come out with that molded into the plastic. One of the things I'm a little interested in, though, to see if it lasts, is this front one up here is a metal screw. Screwed into this plastic guard up here. I'm not so sure this is going to work for a long time. it's plastic. So if I've got my swivel in there and it's trying to turn and twist and trying to turn and twist, that screw will probably booger out this plastic piece here and at some point become unusable. Hopefully you won't drop your rifle on the frickin' ground out there and, you know, break the scope or something, or have some kind of accident. So there's a couple of things here that I'm really not keen about. That being one of them. It's just a concern. It's not that big a deal, but it's a concern. Now the rifle does open like this, and I believe the muzzle loader that was called the Bone Collector did the same thing. You pull this like a trigger, and there it is, it opens. And you can open it up just a little bit like that, and then you can close it back. All fine, Danny. One thing it does not do, it does not eject the shell. It extracts the shell, but it does not eject the shell. Hammers right here, it does have an extension that screws onto the hammer. I'm right-handed, so it's on the right side, and you can pull it back. Now, I wanted to do this for a reason. I barely opened it. I opened it, but if you'll notice, I closed it. It's closed. It's closed good, but I want to show you something. I pull this hammer all the way back, it will not catch. You see that? It will not catch. Rifle's closed. You can't break it open, but it will not catch. Now I'm going to break it open again. And I'm going to slam it to it. Now it'll catch. So there's something in there, whether it be by design or flaw, I don't know, but you can't be gentle with it. You got to use it. And now the rifle will fire. How did I find that out? Trial and error. Now, I'm glad I shot this rifle before the video, unlike most of them, because I wanted to get it on zeroed out, but I would have been doing this out there in front of you guys and been frustrated and pissed off. This thing is what you call ambidextrous. I can unscrew this little thing and screw it into the hammer on the other side. None of that's new technology. It's been around for years and years. And the reason it's been around is because when you mount a scope on top of a single shot rifle, there's no way to really get to the hammer without that. Now what I don't like is when you unscrew this and screw it in on the other side, you better put some Loctite in it, because if you don't, you could lose this in the woods, and then you're gonna have trouble getting your hands in there, maybe your pinky, and trying to get this thing cocked and ready to shoot deer or whatever you're hunting. Now, it's a very affordable rifle. This one's got the Vortex Crossfire 2 on it. And this one here is specifically for 4570s. Let's see what it says on the box. 4570, 450 Bushmaster, and 350 Legend. You know, inexpensive. Rifles inexpensive. Manufacturer suggested retail price is about $400. You know you can buy them cheaper than that. So you can get this whole thing probably about $450. You know, it depends on what scope. A lot of places are selling them with a scope installed, which is not a Vortex. It's going to be some other brand. You can get the whole rifle for 450 bucks with the scope shipped to your dealership, or maybe at your dealership. Probably more at a big box store than you would anywhere else. This one did not have a scope, but I put the scope in it, and I'm still under like $450 or something. Do I like the rifle? It took me some time to get it zeroed. I don't know what the problem was. It took a while. They zeroed it at the gun shop when they put the scope in it. I come home, shot it, zeroed it myself before I shot it, and still the thing was 3 foot low. So it took some shooting to get it there. Once I got it there, it does not shoot sub MOA. It's just not going to do it. And I don't, there's very few rifles that you pay $400 for that's going to shoot sub MOA. It's just not going to happen. I was shooting these Levolutions 450 grain. I think they're 450 grain. Well, no, they're not going to be that much. 250 grain. 250 grain out of it. 4570 is traditionally a 405 grain. I just didn't care for it. I don't know if I could go back with a heavier 405 grain and be a little bit tighter grouping or something, potentially, but this is what I'm shooting today. I get out here to shoot it though, and I run into that problem with the gun not wanting to cock. And then, to be honest with you, you always practice safety. When I go to lay my finger up on that trigger, I want to show you real quick. This trigger is extremely light for a rifle trigger. You can buy them most of the time. Most of our rifles, many of our rifles today have adjustable triggers, and you can adjust them down to as little as like 2.5 pounds and up to 5 and something. But rarely do you see when it comes out of the box down at the 2.5 pound mark. This rifle here, make sure it's ready. Ready? Yeah. Taking me a minute. Look at that. 1.44 pounds. That's ridiculous. That's unsafe. My first round on this thing startled me. I don't know where the son of a bitch, it didn't hit paper. Not what I would call a safe trigger. A safe trigger should be at least 2.5 pounds minimum. But if you know that, knock something off the table. If you know that you got a trigger like that, then you should still be safe. And it really doesn't matter what the trigger's like. If you keep that muzzle pointed in a safe direction, you're safe. This gun, though, you need to have an experienced hunter. I wouldn't send my kids to the woods with a gun like this. I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't send an experienced hunter to the woods with a gun like this. I wouldn't do it. Which begs to differ. You send an experienced hunter out there with a $500 gun, okay, but not with one that's so unsafe. Doesn't like it. Now, it disassembles just like a shotgun. Just like a single shotgun. It's got the little lever right here. Forearm comes down, breaks in half, pull the barrel off. Pretty simple design. The design's been around for years and years and years. Even the trigger open has been around for years and years. Used to be a shotgun called a Fi. Had a little trigger-like thing up here in the front. If you guys remember that, you pull the trigger, it broke down. Nothing. Now, overall, after shooting it, if you want to spend less than $500 to get you in the woods to do some straight wall cartridge hunting, I think it's a good buy. The deal is, remember, you spent less than $500 on a rifle to get you in the woods hunting. So you need to realize you're getting what you're paying for. You're getting some plastic, you're getting inexpensive scopes, you're getting less than high quality. No, I'm not going to rephrase that. You're getting less than extremely good quality, but you're getting something that's acceptable. It does go bang. Single shot rifles very, very seldom fail to go bang. Even they all, unless the firing pin is broke, they always shoot. So, but we're going to go outside and shoot it come times. And after we shoot, I'm going to go up and show you some pictures of the group and let you make your own decision. If you can get, a tight group, but nothing sub-MOA, it's perfectly fine. The deer hunt, you got to kill rate is just big on an animal. If you can shoot groups like this, you're more than enough. Anyway, just so we can say we did it and I can share it with you and show you what this thing's capable of, we'll go out and shoot it. Now, this is with this 250 grain Hornady. If I put a 405 in there or something, the grouping may be completely different. This is all I've been shooting. So let's go outside and see if we can get it go. Bang, unload, bang, unload, bang. Okay, we're outside at the range with the Scout, CVA Scout 4570, stainless barrel fluted, blah, 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 blah. Go watch the rest of the video. We're going to shoot 3 rounds, then we're going to go down and see how it groups. Now, remembering this trigger is very sensitive. I need to be paying attention, and hopefully I can do well. It's a little windy out. It's a little sunny out. It's a good day to sit in the house. But let me make sure I close that well. Let me see if I can get my rifle up on the bag. I can find the target. Alright, so we have to hammer back, finger off the trigger. There's one. See there? What I was talking about. It extracts, it doesn't eject. Pull it out. Try it again. Slam it hard. Try it again. So far it's looked like it's grouping a little bit better right now. This will be the third one. The barrel's getting hotter. But these are Cigar barrels, you know, they're known to be very good. Let's see if this happens. It went down. Get my finger out of there. Pay attention. I tell you what, I think I'm gonna be pretty pleased with this group. It's not gonna be something my way like I was saying, but it's gonna be pretty good. So let's go down, have a look at it, get some final thoughts and opinions on the rifle. Okay, we're down range. I thought I'd show you, groupings here. Let's take a look at them real quick. You can see these first two rounds I thought were really, really good. They're, we're a little bit high at 100 yards. We should be perfect. We should be getting down, tracking to 0 at 200 yards. This one, last one, put it out past sub MOA. I don't think it's going to shoot that. We could try it with some different ammo, but I just don't think the rifle is capable of that. So anyway, first 2 rounds, 3 rounds. Final thoughts. 400 and some change for a rifle to get you in the woods hunting. Practice with it, practice with it, practice with it. That trigger is really, 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 really light. End of the day, if you're needing a rifle to hunt with, I don't think you can go wrong with one, so long as you shoot and practice, and always, always, always practice safe. So until we shoot together again, shoot safe and shoot straight.